every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space, views of political actors from various political parties and political process, views of labor leaders, and most important, views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to everyone at 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/GistFM every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
Ebonadi FM 103.5 Ogidi. Igwe na-akpọ ọkụ na-agbasa ọsọ gabaganya. Enye anyị, ihe anyị na-achọ ka anyị nụma na ntị anyị maka na gị na-agị ntị gbogbo. Ị na-eme mmadụ obi ụtọ. Nke oyibo na-akpọ entertainment. Omenala gị na-akpali elu. Nke oyibo na-akpọ culture. Ihe eji eme ọfụma. Omenala n'ime obi ụtọ bụ eji mara gị. Ebonadi FM 103.5 Ogidi. Asị m na ọ dịrọ ịkwa. Aka na-asịla onwe onye. Redio eji mmanụ. Itu na redio gegide 103.5 Ogidi. Ebonadi FM ka inume ị chọrọ. Obodo ga-adịkwa oyi ma ike gịta anyị.
You've got it. And the place is here. Ebonadi FM 103.5.
Yes, yo, my name is M. This incredible show, Black Boy, Africa rapper #1.
Your boy, baby.
Yo, my people, it's your boy, Bro Songs, and you're listening to Ebonadi at 103.5 FM. Check it out.
Once again, it's your boy,
It's your boy Crazy right now, aka Mr. Rich.
Yo, this is Ebonadi 103.5 FM. My name's Still Bless.
Yeah, you should raise up and get a proprietary right Chicago.
So MVP, you're listening to Ebonadi 103.5 FM.
Yeah, you download your boy Rundown RT.
Yes, so it's your boy Express, aka Express Life from West Africa, Nigeria.
Raw and JP, keep listening to Ebonadi 103.5 FM. Ebonadi FM 103.5.
Listen to news updates Ebonadi 103.5 FM immediately after Angeles 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebonadi FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that people are hoping for a new Nigeria.
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM.
Good evening and welcome to Ebonadi 103.5 FM News Update. Today is Wednesday, the 4th day of January 2023, and the time is 6 o'clock. Martin Ifeanyi Ekezie is my name. The headlines. Anambra Central 2023. More communities adopt Ekunife as sole candidate. Anxiety as G5 storm Ibadan to declare stance on presidential candidates. Delta doctor killed by cultists, not patient's relatives. Ondo community cries out over incessant kidnapping of residents. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency seizes 636.463 kilograms illicit drugs. Arrests 290 offenders in Gombe. Buhari okays deployment of advanced technology to combat Southeast insecurity. 5 people killed in Anambra State. Millions bid football Orisha farewell. Now, the details. Anambra Central 2023. More communities adopt Ekunife as sole candidate. Following what they describe as her sterling performance at the 9th Senate, more communities have continued to pledge their solidarity towards the re-election of the senator representing Anambra Central, Senator Uche Ekunifem. On New Year's Day, the Chairman's Senate Committee on Science and Technology was bestowed with a Community Service Award by the electorates of Ngene Community, Amobia, in Oka South Local Government Area. Ekunife received the award when she attended the Hamlet's Ezeriama Festival, organized yearly to honor men and women who have distinguished themselves by contributing to societal development. Leader of the community, Dr. Emeka Obi, speaking during the award presentation, restored Ekunife. According to him, she had performed beyond their expectations. Emeka declared the village's resolve to vote massively for her return back to the Senate in 2023. Our senator, known as Madam Project, has written her name in the Guinness Book of Records through her impactful representation and visible projects. Every voter in our village has unanimously agreed to cast our votes for only Ekunife in the forthcoming senatorial elections, he declared. Anxiety as G5 storms Ibadan to declare stance on presidential candidates. There is anxiety in camps of All Progressive Congress, APC, and the Labour Party as they agreed 5 governors of the People Democratic Party, PDP, also known as G5, will tomorrow storm Ibadan, the capital of Oyo State, to flag off the re-election campaign of one of their members, Sheyi Makinde. Other members of the G5 being led by Nyesom Wike of River State are Okezie Ibazu, Abia, Samuel Otom, Benue, and Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, Enugu. They have had a running battle with their party over the refusal of its national chairman, Yosha Ayu, to step down after former Vice President Atiku Abubakar emerged as the party's presidential candidate. To them, Ayu's continued stay in office is against the power rotation principle of the party and the national chairman's promise to resign if a northerner emerged as PDP's flag bearer. Sources close to the governor said the Ibadan rally might also be used to reinforce their position regarding their growth with party's presidential ticket. It was gathered that despite Governor Otom's preference for Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, his colleagues are yet to agree on a particular candidate. Report has it that the decision of the G5 to support another candidate is due to renewed political rivalry between Wike and his predecessor in office and former Minister of Transport Rotimi Chibike Amechi, an APC chieftain in Rivers State. Only on Monday, Wike criticized Amechi for locking up the course while governing the state and wondered why he has not been punished for trampling upon the judiciary. It was also gathered that the camp of Oyo APC governorship candidate in the state. Delta doctor killed by cultists, not patients, relatives, police. Delta State that the killing of Uyi Uruobe, a medical doctor in the state, was carried out by suspected cultists and not a patient's family members as alleged. Uruobe was said to have been killed on Saturday by aggrieved relatives of a patient who died from a gunshot wound at Olive Clinic, Ohara. Bright Edape, the state police command spokesman, confirmed the killing of the doctor but said the crime was committed by suspected cultists and not the patient's relatives. The Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, had condemned the killing and called on security agencies to arrest the perpetrators within 5 days, failing which the association would not be able to guarantee the rendering of normal medical services in the South-South. It is said a 1-week total shutdown of hospitals in Delta would commence after a press conference today. Ondo community cries out over incessant kidnapping of residents. Residents of Ajowa Akoka in Akoko, northwest local government area of Ondo, have pleaded with the federal and the state governments to urgently stem the rising cases of insecurity in the community. Ajowa Akoko, a border town in Ondo State, has recently experienced some security issues. Recently, the monarch of the community was kidnapped by gunmen who abducted him from his palace within the community. Few days after the monarch was released by his abductors, 4 students of Kogi State Polytechnic were also abducted while on their way to the community for Yeltide celebration. At a town hall meeting to discuss the matter, the community spokesman, Mr. Jacob Adegoke, bemoaned the horrible experience that the residents had endured over the previous 2 years in the hands of criminals who they claimed had killed, maimed, raped, and kidnapped their people. Adegoke called on the and all tiers of government to increase security in the community, which he said is the last community in the state that bordered the northern part of the country. Right Reverend Ezekiel Danhusi, the chairman of Ajowa community and a retired Anglican bishop, lauded Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredoro for strengthening security, establishment of the divisional police headquarters at Ajowa. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency seizes 636.463 kilograms illicit drugs, arrests 290 offenders in Gombe. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has seized 336 kilograms of illicit drugs. Public Affairs officers of the Gombe State Command of the agency, Henry Ihebuzo, disclosed this yesterday in a press release issued to journalists reviewing the activities of the command in the last year. According to him, the command also arrested 290 suspects, comprising 269 males and 21 females for various drugs-related offenses within the year. He revealed that the confiscated drugs comprised of 107.533 kilograms of cannabis sativa, 528.46 kilograms of psychotropic drugs such as tramadol, diazepam, codeine, pentazocine, etc., and 0.47 grams of amphetamines. The agency added that within the year under review, it prosecuted 140 persons and secured 23 convictions with varying jail terms and has 117 pending cases at the Federal High Court, Gombe, at the present time. The command cancelled 107 persons who used drugs and rehabilitated 12 clients at our rehabilitation center in Gombe. These persons have been reintegrated with their families, he declared. Buhari okays deployment of advanced technology to combat Southeast insecurity. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the deployment of advanced technology to tackle insecurity in the Southeast. Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma made the disclosure to State House correspondents after a meeting with Buhari at the presidential villa Abuja yesterday. He said he came to appeal to the president to approve the tech deployment to enable the state to deal effectively with the menace of insecurity. He said with the president's approval, advanced surveillance equipment will soon be delivered to the region to enhance the fight against insecurity without collateral damage. Uzodinma said the people of the state were enthusiastic and committed Nigerians who believe in the unity of Nigeria. He also said he was not to blame for the insecurity in the state. He said crime has gone down tremendously since a naval base was established in the state. New Year, 5 people killed in Anambra. Governor Charles Soludo of Anambra State on Tuesday condemned the killings of 5 people in the state. The killings occurred on the first and second day of the new year in the Okuno community, Oka South local government area, and the Obosi community, Idemili North local government area of the state. 4 youths identified as Onyebo Okoye, Kenechukwu Okeke, Jude Ebenezer, and Obinna Madoka were killed in Okuno community on the 1st of January, according to reports, while the President General of Obosi town, Ike Okolo, was shot dead at a petrol station on the 2nd of January. Mr. Soludo, who described the killings as cult-related, assured that the culprits will be apprehended and made to face the law. Mr. Christian Aburime, the spokesperson to the governor, reported him as saying that the perpetrators will be apprehended and decisively dealt with even if they have run out of town. He said that Anambra State had enjoyed the best Christmas ever in decades with a new system of traffic control put in place by the government, Anambra Youth Volunteers, and the Anambra State Traffic Management Agency. The governor has condemned the cult-related war among rival groups and subsequent killings in Obosi and Okuno in Idemili North and Oka South Council areas. He assures the perpetrators will be apprehended and decisively dealt with even if they have run out of town. He stressed that they will be hunted down to face the full wrath of the law. The governor further reassured that the cult gangs will surely be tracked down and dealt with decisively in accordance with the law, he said. Mr. Soludo called on the residents to go about their normal duties and enjoy the holiday season, adding that the incidents were isolated cases which would be tackled by the administration. Just like other southeast states, security has continued to deteriorate in Anambra. The frequent deadly attacks in the state has been linked to the Biafra agitation. Mr. Soludo's administration, which is about 9 months old, has twice called on gunmen in the state to lay down their arms in exchange of amnesty and rehabilitation. Now we move for the foreign scene. Millions bid football Orisha farewell. Pelé was buried in his final resting place Tuesday as millions of fans in Brazil and around the world mourned the sports legend. Newly inaugurated President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva paid his respect at Vila Belmiro, the stadium where Pelé played for most of his career. Pelé was being laid to rest in the city where he grew up, became famous, and helped make it into a global capital of his sport. Mass was held at the Vila Belmiro Stadium before the black casket was driven through the streets of the city of Santos in a fire truck. He was taken into the cemetery as bands played the Santos team's official song and a Catholic hymn before the golden wrapped casket arrived. Attendees sang samba songs that Pelé had liked. That's the much we can take on news updates on Ebonade 103.5 FM. But before we leave, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Anambra Central 2023, more communities adopt Ekunife as sole candidate. Anxiety as G5 storms Ibadan to declare stance on presidential candidates. Delta doctor killed by cultists, not patient's relatives. Ondo community cries out over incessant kidnapping of residents. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency seizes 6.463 kilograms illicit drugs, arrests 295 people killed in Anambra State. Millions bid football Orisha farewell. The news was produced and read by Martin Ifeanyi Ekeze. Till next time, God bless.